India is a place of wonder. When you think of the country, some things that come to mind are its beautiful sights, bustling cities, and amazing cuisine. There is something there for everyone. Apart from the incredible sensory excursion, there is another side to the story that is seen every day, but few have the desire to change. Among the 1.3 billion people that call India home, more than 180 million people live in poverty. This number continues to grow every day despite the nation making tremendous progress towards economic development. The lack of employment, which provides a livable wage in rural areas, is one cause for concern. This situation has resulted in many Indians moving towards rapidly growing metropolitan areas in search of a livelihood. Despite this, many Indians in these places are still struggling with poverty on a daily basis. Along with this, India has one of the highest rates of malnutrition in the world. More than 200 million people don't have sufficient access to food, including 61 million children. According to UNICEF, about 1 in 4 children have no access to education. The number of children excluded from school is higher among girls than boys. Without education, the chance of finding a livable wage from employment is incredibly rare. This then begs the question, what can people do about rising out of poverty? Cardano is a third-generation cryptocurrency that carries the mission of banking the unbanked and providing economic identity and sovereignty to those who live in underdeveloped areas of the world. This revolutionary technology is meant to give the developing world the tools needed to provide a secure and sustainable means to improving the standard of living.
It's not for people living in Japan, and it's not for people living in Europe or in America. It's for people living in the developing world. The reality is billions of people wake up every day and they have a financial system where when they send money home, it costs them 15 cents on the dollar. When they go for a loan, it can cost them 85% interest. They can live on land for 2 generations and then suddenly somebody takes it from them because somebody manipulated the property ledger due to a bribe to give it to somebody else. If you look at Syria, peace will come, always does. And the millions of refugees will come home, and they'll come home to other people living on their land, in their homes, and say, this is my house. And they say, prove it. How can they? If the government went away and destroyed all the records. That is who this technology is built for. At the end of the day, these are the people who will benefit most from our labors. You guys already have WeChat. You guys have Apple Pay and Samsung Pay, and most people have good banking services. They complain about the fees, but it works. And it's getting faster and better, and these centralized solutions are incredibly robust, and they're only going to improve an experience, especially as the world increases in globalization. But for a group of people, it just simply costs too much to get what we take for granted to them. So, if we solve the third generation problems, we will build a system that works for 3 more billion people. And that system will be transparent, it won't have middlemen, and it'll operate at the lowest cost possible. And guess what? If we do that, it'll make the system we have in the Western world less competitive, and 3 billion people are going to show up to change the system that we have, instead of some entrepreneurs in a room. That's a real army.
Every 1,000-mile journey starts with one step forward. With your help, we will bring Cardano to those who need it most in India. Krishna Pool is a Cardano stake pool that is aiming to feed, clothe, and educate those living in poverty. All funds earned from Krishna Pool will be used for basic needs of individuals living in rural India and provide a means to educate those who wish to build within the ecosystem.
Cardano is the financial operating system for the countries that don't have one. So we really want to be the entity that solves the remittance problem. We really want to be the protocol that solves the microfinance problem and get those loans down from 35% interest to 5% interest. We'd really like to be able to find ways to extend these cryptocurrency protocols into environments that basically are offline. How do you use a cryptocurrency if you don't have access to the internet? How do you use a cryptocurrency if you only have sporadic ability to recharge your phone or your laptop? These are the kinds of problems and domains that we really want to push this third generation technology towards, so that we can get those other 3 billion people who are unbanked back into the financial system so that they can prosper just like the rest of us. We're Cardano, and if you'll permit us, we'd like to change the world.
Thank you so much.